Hello, BookTube. Welcome to a surprising midweek live. I'm on holiday as of, well, now for Easter. So I thought, Sean and I can get together and have a chinwag. Hello, Sean.
Let me wake up. Hello.
How's your day today?
A little better than usual. I think I've sort of realized partially what's been wrong. Well, it was somebody that mentioned to me that allergies.
Oh, yeah, it is the season.
Yeah, and I remember last year at this time, I lost the whole month of April. So, and then COVID's just being its nice, generous self and giving me joint pain along with it.
Hi, Aaron. Good to see you. Yeah, I mean, you haven't gone blind yet, so I take it you haven't started, Clarissa.
Oh, I did, but I have to revamp it. Like, bloody hell, there's like it's okay compared to this book that I just finished. There are almost 2.25 times per page, like per page in there as they're in here. So it's 1,500 pages in there. That's like 3,000 and some pages in this book this size with this printing, with the typeface. And I got to, I think, the bottom of it that the third edition that he did, he added because he dumbed it down, or well, in his mind, he dumbed it down, made it more understandable. And it's only like about 200 pages more of this, 250 or maybe 300 at the most. So it's not that much bigger.
Hola, Alan. ¿Qué tal? Hello, Greg. Good to see you. Hi, Jenny. I'm not sure who the gentlemen are that you're describing there, but hi. And then everybody's just saying hello to everybody else. Hello, Omnipotent Poobah. Mark has a haircut. Yes, he has. It's taken years off him. I'm looking more my age now, a sprightly 32. It was actually quite a bit of luck because I met the hairdresser whilst walking Elvis yesterday, and I said, "Oh, we got time now?" Because she was out for a walk, and she's like, "Yeah, if you come in the next 10 minutes." I was like, "Oh, quick, come on, Elvis!" Rushing around the block, and off we went. So yeah, it feels better, I have to say as well. So she trimmed up the beard, trimmed the eyebrows, trimmed the ear hair, the nose hair, and the hair. So that was fine.
It's years since I've had mine done.
Oh, Sean. Couple of mystery presents from the wish list are on their way to you.
Oh, thank you.
So there we go. You missed the crazy hair? Well, I'm sure it'll be back. I tend to only have a haircut once, twice a year, so How often do you get your haircut, Sean?
Well, it's been, I think the last time I got it cut, I had a freebie after like having, it took me almost a decade to get a free haircut. And I think that was August 2016, I think, or 2015 was the last time I had actually my haircut.
And you
Like,
have it trimmed, or you actually have it cut? Like you would have had it short, or you just have it
it
like...
was very short at the time. And I sort of have trimmed a little bit off occasionally since then. And in the beard, I was trimming it a little bit, and then I've just left it for the last 3 years or so.
And have you always had a beard, or have you been beardless?
I have been beardless.
So you weren't born like that then?
No. Let's just say that like I if I shaved and had my hair cut, I'd be a different person.
Should do that. See, that's a fundraiser idea.
A fundraiser, yeah.
Let's get Sean a monitor. We'll shave his head and shave his beard for, well, I say for charity, but for a monitor.
Oh, crikey. For doing that, I want more than a monitor.
Really? You don't think it's worth it for that? I don't know. Well, maybe. It just depends how devastatingly handsome you'll be underneath it all, Who knows? Maybe maybe Jenny will be tempted to make a trip down from Aberdeen. Oh, sorry, Jenny. I don't know if that. No, we know. You said you were up in Scotland in the live. I didn't give anything away. Just crazy stalkers. Hopefully. Although she might not be, of course. She might just be up the road and she might just say that, Shawn Makeover 2023. Yeah. Yeah. I think those things in themselves sometimes can have like kind of healing properties though, can't they? When you kind of change your appearance somehow, you at least psychologically you can feel better or feel different once you have some kind of change.
I'm using a quote from Molly Hatchet when they were asked if they're going to change their style or their appearance or something like that, and they go, "Nah, be like polishing a turd."
After all, your face is your fortune, right? Yeah, so I don't know what are we going to talk about because obviously we'll save the. Well, I suppose we can discuss what we finish on Friday, but you said you have started, Clarissa.
Yes, I have, and I've realized that because I said I was going to do 50 pages a day, but that's like reading 100 and some extra pages out of a normal book, and I can do that, but it means that I have to cut down on everything else, and I don't quite think I want to do that yet, unless I really get into it. So, but I've been really out of it in the last 3 or 4 days, so I've made a start on it. Like I'm about 60 pages in or something like that. So I haven't gone very far. I mean, I think I'm going to do about 25 pages a day and just see where it goes. I'm enjoying it. It's just really, it's very, very genteel language, very, what you'd expect from 18th century letter writing. And so you can't I can't read it really quickly. And when I'm tired, I don't have a clue what I'm reading. But I do that with C spot run if I'm too tired.
Yeah, that's a good one, Alan. I enjoy a change in appearance myself. Keeps the cops guessing. Aaron says, "Are you sure the world is ready for the sheer power of Shawn's masculinity that would be released if he shaved Mark?" Sorry, I should have put the comma there. If he shaved Mark, if he shaved Mark, not if he shaved Mark. Right? Yeah.
I have no intention of shaving Mark.
Yeah. Alan, 4 felonies. Trump 34. Is that really 4 felonies, Alan? My goodness.
Actually, I might be able to show you something. That the way I
Oh.
look without a beard.
I hope it's not a releasing of Shawn's masculinity.
I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, or maybe not. I don't know where my old passport is.
Ooh, this is exciting. The old passport photos. Hi, MJ.
Hello.
Hi, Alexis. So everybody, if you just joined us, Shawn's getting ready to release his masculinity live. Live and uncensored, only here. For one night only.
Maybe not.
Oh. Well.
I don't know where my old passport is. I thought it was in here. I bought this about 30 years ago.
The zip sound is making me rather nervous.
Well, this is my current one. There's the mug shot for that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely criminal potential there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hi, Nicole. Hi, Angie.
Hello. Huh, that's weird because I always kept it in here.
Maybe someone's stolen your identity, Shawn.
They're not going to get far with that. And yeah, like people say, they'll they'll get credit cards for you, and I'm going, then they have to be better than me if they can get credit cards in my name.
Hmm. Alexis said, "Oh, it's to Alan. Yeah, had to leave the live on Monday. She had to leave early. Yeah, I have to. I haven't.
I don't know that.
See, I said Alexis, and this one thinks I'm talking to her. I haven't actually watched much yet on BookTube this week. I was going to take a bit of a break, but obviously that hasn't worked out well. Making a video yesterday and doing the live today, but you know, I just I said I would continue doing the lives at least because you know they are great fun. So
yeah, I've just been tired, but yeah, I've well, I guess I won't say what I finished. I guess no, but yeah, I just
no, I'll save it for Friday.
Yeah, I'm reading the Clarissa. It's like I say, I'm enjoying it, but it's weird because it's gonna be a bit of a difficult read in some ways because Richardson says something and then he's got a footnote and says, "Oh, so and so gives a different view of this in letter like 100 and something, or whatever, in a later letter." And I'm going, well, are you supposed to then go ahead and read that letter? Because by the time you get there, you're going to forget what Clarissa said about it,
See, in this instance, although it doesn't help you much, in this instance, probably the electronic version could be better. I found that very useful with the Kindle of... Oh my God, hang on, sorry. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. I found it very... Do you hate it when you feel like it's going to go? Very useful with the Kindle version of Les Miserables because, it was always highlighted as you're reading. So you just tap on it and it takes you to the place and you tap and you go back. There's none of this fumbling around with pages and looking.
I looked because I do have it on ebook. And I looked to see if you could do that with that, but no, it's because you get the footnote up, but that's it, and it says go to this page, and then you have to manually go to that page, which is a pain in the ass.
That's a pain in the butt. Yes.
Oh, it's easier in the thing, but the thing is, like, do you do that or do you wait? That's the bit of a conundrum with this,
It is. Well, I've been reading Mysteries of Paris, and I got a bit further along, and I am enjoying it. I'm also reading The Venerable Bede, Ecclesiastical History of the English-Speaking People.
You're pronouncing it wrong. It's a bidet. You pronounce it with a French accent. Bidet.
But I'm enjoying that, actually. It's actually quite interesting. And I'm reading one called The Dark Queens by Shelley Pahook, and that is really good. It's really good. It's about Brunhild and her nemesis. Can't remember her name. Ferrigurund. They're like, she's a Visigoth, Frank queen. She's from Spain, Visigoth, but she's married a Frank. So, and the other one's some slave girl who made her way up the social ladder. But my goodness, they're pretty violent. I know there were violent times, but the women were, I don't know. I don't want to say they were worse than the men, but it seems a bit more like the men were like really savage and just barbaric, but the women are these two women are just kind of really calculating and more like, into having people assassinated or poisoned or all sorts of things, accused of witchcraft and burned to death and all that kind of stuff. But it's an excellent book. Have you read it, Sean? Or
No, I've not heard of it.
Oh, it's and the author, she's written, I think, poetry, but I think this is like her first, foray into nonfiction, and at least from what I gather, And yeah, it's really excellent. You know, I mean, she tells a good yarn.
Well,
So
I've fallen down on the Historathon, and by the time I start reading something, it'll be out of sequence because I'll be starting to read Egypt later, ancient Egypt. So
yes, I suppose, but it has a voice that's a female voice, so you know it's hard to. When I'm trying to suppress a sneeze, think Purple Heart. Just the color purple, it works. Really? Hmm. Okay, yeah, yeah. But it's not Alexis. It's Alexa.
Otherwise, I have to lean forward and it hurts.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say it because because it might set that one off. She who cannot be named due to technical reasons has said women can be savage and barbaric. Also, what book? The Dark Queens by Shelley Pahook. Yeah, definitely. They were. I mean, it's shocking, and I can't believe you know how long they lasted really in this world. But some of them, yeah, had obviously terrible ends. But yeah, it's really good, really well worth it. I'd recommend it to anyone who wants to read an exciting non-fiction history book.
But where are you with Mysteries of Paris, though? You said you've read more.
I don't know, page. I just got past the part you told me not to read.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't read it.
You didn't?
No, I kind of just saw what was coming and I skipped. So, yeah, but I plan to, you know, hopefully put in a bit. So I think that's just over 300 pages I'm in, something like that. So it is good, but it is very, it's fun. But I see what you mean. Like there does seem to be like maybe some repetition or some, you know, you can tell it was serialized, definitely.
Yeah. But the thing is, like when he he gives the preview, not preview, but what had already happened
last week on Mysteries of Paris.
But you sit there and go, I don't remember it exactly like that.
Yeah, because sometimes he changes even people's names or the way they're called without any explanation, or at least maybe I missed it. But Aaron says the Eccles cake hosiery of the ankle snatching poppers by the venereal bidet. Yes. Yes, it's worth. I think it's worth looking up. And actually, if anyone's got Amazon, although their name is more mud to me now than it's ever been, seeing as they're closing the book depository, which is an outrage. I cannot believe the book depository is leaving. Thoughts in the comments. But if you do have Kindle Unlimited, it's free on Kindle Unlimited to read.
Yeah, how long is it going to be? Because I think it was Brandy was telling me that they're talking about for Amazon Prime in the States is to take away free shipping. So they're cost cutting. So there won't be any. Basically, that'll happen here, and there won't be any free shipping at all through Amazon. You have to pay for everything.
So they'll have to get rid of Prime then, or what?
Well, no. What you'll do is you'll get their crappy streaming service. You know.
And that's all. But with Prime, will you get free shipping? Maybe because you're kind of paying for it.
Where you won't get it. You won't get free shipping with Prime. They're taking it out of the Prime package.
Outrageous.
About it, I guess.
Outrageous.
Well, you got to pay. You got to pay for the penis in space. You know.
That's not very nice to call him that. Although after today's news, it's a deserved epithet. The Spaminator. I was accused of witchcraft and burned to death at one point for being too intelligent. Okay, maybe that's a slight exaggeration, but some guy did say I was a smart ass and then insulted my mother. Well, I want to know, Spaminator, what you did in return to, you know, protect her honor. Alan's been distracted by American politics. Yes, MJ, absolutely horrific. Well, yeah, I'm sure actually really horrific things happened today. But for book lovers, it is a horrific day when Amazon. But it just shows why these companies shouldn't be allowed to have such a monopoly on things, because when they decide to do stuff like this, you mentioned there is an alternative, Sean, but it's not really an alternative if their catalog isn't as good. I mean, the one thing I liked about the book depository was if I couldn't find something in the other places I looked, I could find it there. So
yeah, because I go to, if I want an American edition, which not too much anymore, but when I wanted a hardcover, I didn't want the British hardcovers because they're crap. They, within a year they'll be brown paper, and then 2 years they're almost dust. So I would always look for the American edition.
well, when I get paid, I'm going to have to place an order with them for some of the stuff that I know I can't get on Amazon, unless Amazon take over their,
I think
What
they're
are they
just
gonna do?
firing everybody. I think because they're cost cutting. They're trying to save money.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? When your boss is like the richest person in the world, and this situation happens. Happens to the best of us. I wonder if Amazon will lose. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know if Disney lost any, but yeah, I'm definitely. Maybe we should, start a booktube campaign. Because I mean, okay, we're small, but there's a lot of us, and of course, when you got, you add everybody's subscribers together and all this stuff, and you get some big ones on board. Maybe we can, bring them down. Yeah.
Well, there is something that started that's supposed to be like an independent site here in the UK, I think, where you can order from other booksellers. But the problem is, like, an independent bookseller cannot demand the discounts that Amazon does. And it's like when you have to pay £10 for a book, or you buy it for £6 from Amazon, and you don't have a lot of money like a lot of people do, that £10 going to go for, you add another pound or two, you get 2 books, and you can't really do that with a small and it's not their fault, and it's not anybody's fault. Well, it's Amazon's fault. In France, apparently, you're not allowed to do that, and that's why there's actual physical bookstores everywhere. Amazon cannot undersell. Apparently, that's what I read. Cannot undersell even online other booksellers. If anybody's in France, they can verify that, but that's a few years ago. I read that in an article.
Yeah.
That's why they were saying that there's, like this one woman, the woman that wrote the article, she said there's 4 bookshops on her street, and that's sort of, there's dozens and dozens of books shops in Paris, or hundreds probably.
The Spaminator smeared Limburger cheese under his car door handle. Jenny might go to them for advice. Apparently, Disney lost over 2 million subscribers this year alone. Greg asks, how much does it cost to mail a package in the UK or Europe? The shipping costs must have been brutal. And our resident postal expert, Jenny, says, depends on size, weight, and country you want to send to. Yeah, but I've noticed actually a lot of my recent book depository orders haven't come from the UK. When I look at the invoice, I mean, they probably did originally, but they came from Belgium. So I don't know, they must have a warehouse or something there where they were able to send these things out to avoid, I guess, extra customs costs. But
within the UK, it's fairly cheap to send stuff. Even postage, it's not that bad. You can send like a 10-kilo box for probably for under 10 pounds.
really, what, with the post office or who?
Yeah, because, well, like I now have the app, the postal app, and I, like, with that I can actually mail something from my door, and they'll actually bring a label. And I was fiddling around with weights and sizes, and it's cheap. But then to send anything outside of the country, maximum was 2 kilos. but I could send, to somewhere else 10 kilos for quite cheap.
So you could get moving with some of your book unhauling then, I suppose. if they
No,
do that?
because they have to go. I don't have the space to keep them. That's the thing, and the landlord won't allow me to keep them downstairs.
Yeah, but
So
you can send them though if people want them.
yeah, but nobody
So you
wants.
can't list them on eBay. You haven't tried listing ones on eBay or something, or
Yeah, but how, like they have to go within a week.
within
That's
a
what I'm saying.
week.
Yeah, because I don't have space here to keep it in my
So,
room, and they're downstairs waiting for the bookseller to come next week.
so who have
But
we got in the UK then? We've got Jenny, Aaron. So it looks like there's some free books going, guys. You better get yourselves down to Bedford.
well, I'm hoping to sell them to the
Well,
bookseller.
yeah, sell them, of course, yeah.
I don't expect to get much. That's the thing.
Yeah, but if they have to be gone within a week, then they might just have to be gone, right? Rather than sold.
Well, no, the bookseller. I have to call. I'll be calling him tomorrow to.
Oh, you've got someone lined up. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Jenny can confirm just under a tenner with the Royal Mail.
Yeah.
Alan confirms it's expensive to send to Europe.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
Spaminator, wouldn't be cool. The postal charges were calculated based on the size and weight of the country you are sending it to. Well, yeah, it would be great. Yeah, to be honest, I think people would love to send me books compared to the size and weight of America to the Czech Republic. But yeah. In the United States, it costs $24 to send one book to the UK. Now, you see, it cost when I order from these Alma people, I can't remember if it's £20 or £25. Sorry, Elvis is going crazy. Shh. 20 or £25, and I don't know what the limit. I don't know what the limit was because they didn't say like a weight limit. It was almost like what can fit in the box limit, and I haven't filled a box that they send yet. So, you know. So I thought that's pretty decent, really. And it's couriered, yeah. It's with DHL. It's not with the postal service.
It's like to send to you 20 or 25 kilo box is about 30 or 40 pounds. Not even 40 pounds, I don't think.
Yeah, but I don't know if they deal with in that circumstance whether they deal with all the paperwork, because at least this way
everything's done. Yeah, everything's done.
Everything's done, is it?
Yeah. Well, supposed to be.
Well, I have to say, DHL generally, yeah, they've been quite fun. Although it did annoy me filling out the customs form because this time I had to do it for one of them, and you have to like specify what it is. So it's like books. What are they made of? Paper and ink. What is the purpose of them? For reading. You know, I mean, that's what I wrote, and there you go. But
yeah, well, Greg was saying that $25 to $24 to send a book, but that like you look at booksellers that are on Abe or even on eBay at times, they want 80 some pounds for a book, for a single book. And then you get these other ones because there's consolidation services. Like you can get some of these places that they only charge £5 per book, and that's it. And you can get a big set of books for that amount. You can get a like 3 or 4 volume set for that. Because they use a consolidation service that they'll send it somewhere like to Kentucky. And then, but the problem is that sometimes the bookseller sends it to the consolidation center. The consolidation center puts another label on it to you, me, or wherever, and then it gets shipped over. But sometimes they put the wrong label on the wrong package. I had one time after the Brexit that went to a woman up in, I think, Leicester or somewhere up north, that she actually opened it up. She was expecting a teacup and saucer, and she got
what?
She got books. She wasn't pleased.
What's Aaron say here? You looked at my wish list, and the postal cost of some books is almost the same as a book price. See, this is interesting because I said the same thing to Sean when I looked at his. Now, I don't know how it works here because obviously when I bought something for Sean, it said the same thing. However, when I put it in my cart and I paid for it, but I did it through my UK bank and then they erased the shipping. So it actually cost me nothing. But I would say, Aaron, that yes, it's true. It makes if people want to send me something on my wish list, they're better off buying a few, because I think once they get to I don't know what it is in normal money. If they get to, I think, 1,000 crowns, which is
Sounds like
it's
an
not that
awful
cheap.
lot.
Huh?
Yeah, it sounds like an awful lot. You better say how much that is.
I don't know, £35 maybe, which is quite a lot, I suppose. It's free shipping, so yeah, that's true.
Well, I've got a monitor on there that's free shipping. You've had 145 pounds. It should be free shipping.
But what annoys me with that is one of the biggest Amazon distribution centers in Europe is here. So it's like stupid that we don't have an Amazon. And what annoys me as well is that Amazon Germany has all the benefits of Prime and all that, but only to Austria and Germany. So, not here in the Czech Republic. In fact, actually, the last books that I was sent, one of the boxes came from Slovakia, right? So it's strange. And then the courier is from Romania. How all this works, I don't know, but it's a bit weird. But yes, it's true. If anyone wants to send me something, then save up and send me like 5 books, and then you'll see that there's no
Aaron,
postage.
well, you said you said a couple. Was there any charge, or was there any charge for what you said? I'm curious.
For you?
Yeah. There's
No, because in the end, it was like I was in the UK. So in the UK, if you're over £10, it's free, right?
Yeah, it's over £10. That's a pain in the ass because sometimes books are $9.99.
Yeah, well, they do that, don't they?
You can't, they won't do it for a penny.
And Alan, did you email them to ask them? Because I know they don't say so on their site, but if you email them, they might well do that.
Wow.
I don't know. Alma Books. But to be honest as well, Alan, you can get them all on Book Depository before it closes, and then you won't need the courier cost or the shipping cost anyway.
Like Wordery has them, or some of them anyway.
Well, the James Joyce collection, they had, I think, 5 or 6 books, including Ulysses and Finnegan's Wake, and others 20 quid or 25 quid.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Collections. I think that's the only way you can get them is directly from them.
Yeah. 1,000 crowns. Do you mean like 1,000 literal crowns or 1,000 Czech crowns? Oh, sorry, Scott. Hi. Sorry, I just realized. Hi, Scott. Nice to see you. Spaminator, sending from the US to the UK is expensive. I tried to lend my spamination rate to Sean to deal with his neighbor, but the cost was crazy. Also, the cavity search was more invasive than I'm used to. Yeah. Okay. That's for Jenny. The 2 books combined. Yeah. So the shipping was free, and that's the same thing I noticed with mine when I did it for Sean. But I don't know really how it works with Amazon Germany. Although I know I always, when I order for myself, make up the cost.
But if somebody has Prime and wants to send to somebody else, do they still have to make up the £10, or is it covered by their Prime?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Might be covered by their Prime, maybe, no?
You'd think so, but they probably don't. Amazon will probably try to get some, either make an extra sale or make extra amounts in shipping. It's like, I love that for $9.99. Like I say, it costs you can't get a free shipping, but they'll charge you £3.99 for the shipping for 1 penny different.
Yeah, I ordered from Blackwell's once.
Oh, I hate ordering from them. Everything I've ever got from them was, I mean, not just damaged, extremely damaged. Anyway,
And
sorry.
I don't know. I had a very annoying situation with them because when I ordered with my card from here, it said it like kind of tried to charge it, and then it said they were cancelled. And then I went through and I tried again, and then I tried again, and then I'm sitting here, and suddenly, like the following day, my phone starts going crazy as my card is being charged like all the time. So it's like they kept my stuff on record or the charge on like I don't know how it worked exactly, but then suddenly the next day these things started processing, and in the end I think I got everything I ordered plus one extra copy of one of the books that was sent out, and I didn't get to stop it in time, which was extremely annoying, but I gave it away. So
Well, I like the last thing I ordered was, I think, after I had the that was when I had the COVID. I think I ordered, because they had the cheapest, a Penguin collection of John Keats poetry, and it came, like, I mean, the cover was folded over. I think a page was half torn out. And so I took pictures and sent them back, and they said, "Oh, well, I need to send this back to them." And I said, "Well, I can't get out, and there's no way to send this." And so they did say in the end that it was okay. Then they sent me another one, which was even worse damage. And then so but they wouldn't refund me anything. They just wouldn't do anything. They said, "Oh, well, I'm gonna have to send it back." And like, how do I do that? At that time, there was no way for me to do that.
hey, Sonia. By the way, Sonia, my stoner should come soon. I had an email that the notification was sent to the Czech post office to pick it up. Now, whether or not that means they'll do it today, or whether those swines will wait until after the Easter holiday, I don't know. But at least it is ready for dispatch. And once it's ready for dispatch, it's usually because Sonia and I are going to read Stoner this month.
Oh, is that by, what's his name?
Yeah, John Williams, is it? Like the composer? No,
Oh,
the guy who wrote Augustus.
there's another one called Stoner by another writer from the 60s.
Oh, is there? Well, hopefully Sonia and I are talking about the same book, actually, because that would be funny.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, I think you might be right. It's not Norman Mailer or someone, is it?
No. Green, maybe? Stoner.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, quick, Sonia, tell us in the comments. I hope I ordered the right one.
Stoner book.
I will not rest. Scott will not rest until he finds 1,000 crowns. Sounds like an epic fantasy. Hello, both of you. P.S. I have plenty of extra pounds. Well, Scott, if you're really desperate, I mean, I could send you 1,000 crowns, but
It would probably cost more. Like, what are 1,000 crowns in coin?
Oh, God, crikey, yeah, I wouldn't do that. Jenny confirms her orders to you were all covered by Prime.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure how that worked.
So you see, it is quite expensive then, Aaron, isn't it? Really, unless someone really likes me, but let's see what the Omnipotent Pooh Bar says. Did anyone else have trouble with Waterstones when they were moving warehouse? I had a couple of deliveries land 3 months late.
Wow.
Crikey, I would have forgotten that I'd ordered them. 3 months. It's an outrage.
I've never really ordered much from them. The only time I think I used to order, I would order it and have it sent to the local Waterstones here. And that's like 8 or 10 years ago or something like that. And then I would just go pick it up there.
I don't know. I'm slightly worried because I know this Czech company I order from. They order from somebody else, but I doubt they wouldn't be likely to order from Book Depository, would they? And then sell it on.
Well,
No, no, I doubt it. They must have some other supplier because
I did that by someone on eBay because I didn't want the Amazon print on demand book. I know it was be print on demand, so I paid an extra £1 just to make sure because I knew that one was extremely badly done. Because I'd already sent back a copy to them. This was a while ago, and all they did was they just bought it and they had it shipped from Amazon, and they didn't do anything to make an extra £1.
Yeah, but I don't think in this case. I'm sure they would have another supplier because they. I think they're part of a big German chain, and plus the books come faster than they would if they come from.
I'm running out of the elixir,
and also the prices can be cheaper. So, is that your last bit of ginger beer?
Yeah, that was my Christmas. Not my Christmas, my birthday Christmas. My birthday ginger beer. Crikey, I can't even speak.
Yeah, it was John Williams. Yeah.
No, there is another one. I'm sure there's another book called Stoner. And it didn't come up.
See, Alan's gone and given a spoiler. Oh, sad. Oh no, he's done sad with a question mark. Right, well, don't say anything. Don't know. I know nothing about it. I just think it's about some kind of drug addict. So. I know nothing about it. You know, Sonia just said to me, "Hey, Mark. You want to read this book with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Why not?"
That's the only one that's coming up on my search, but I was sure there was something else.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's not coming up, so maybe I am wrong.
But so I read a vampire story today, though.
Which one?
The Vampire Maid by that Hume blokey.
Oh, yeah.
10-page one.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably read John Polidori's tonight, The Vampire, and then I've got the one I couldn't find if I can find it here. I've got
what's the Lord Byron one?
Vampire. Well, no, that's not Lord Byron. It was attributed to Lord Byron, but
yeah, but Brandy said Lord Vampire's a novel, but the one by Lord Byron's a poem.
Oh, no, there's a poem. There is a fragment. It's called.
Yeah, this is the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but that's not the one that she read.
Right.
But she read John Polidori's, but it's basically about Byron. It's Lord Ruthven, I think it is, and that's why in Count of Monte Cristo they refer to one of the characters, or do they refer to the Count of Monte Cristo as Lord Ruthven all the time? Or no, it was they were calling Byron Lord Ruthven. But anyway, this is published in 1819, and it's just a tiny one.
Did you get Alexandra Damas's one in the end?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I'm not sure when I'll read that because I got so much this month.
Well, to be honest, you could kind of probably just, you don't have to read the whole thing. If you wanted to read Vampire, you can just read the last story.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
I mean, it's all set in one night and they're giving things, but there's no real relationship. Well, I suppose there is because they introduce the woman and stuff. But it's short. It's under 200 pages. I think it's only 150 pages. Something like that.
This one was false advertising in every single way.
Oh, yeah? Nothing to do with vampires then?
Well, and nothing to do about zombies either. It says the original zombies are. There's no fucking zombie. Sorry. There's no zombie in there.
There goes any monetization I plan to get out of this. Scott's favorite vampire novels, Dracula and Salem's Lot. Yeah, I really enjoyed. I enjoyed both of those actually. That's a good shout.
Yeah,
But I really like Let the Right One In. I don't know if you've read that, Scott, but I think you might enjoy that. That's a very good one. Swedish book.
Salem's Lot I've not read, but I'm redoing Dracula, the annotated.
You've not read Salem's Lot? It's good, I have to say.
No, because I want to rewatch the series. But yeah, I'm gonna read it all after I read this.
Oh, okay.
So I should be starting this Friday, Saturday, maybe.
Has anyone read Carrion Comfort by Dan Simmons? Curious if it's worthwhile. 1,000-pager. I haven't, but I think it's him. I've got his book, The Terror, but I haven't read that yet. So
I want to read more of his stuff. I've only read the Hyperion Cantos, and that's all I've ever read. And I want to read more.
Jenny loved the Strain trilogy. I don't know that. Okay. Greg's read it, but not really about vampires. Okay, you've seen the movie, have you, Scott? Yeah, it's good, but the book's really good. There's also a television series now, which I didn't realize because I've got Sky Showtime subscription. So yeah. But one I really like, although it's not just about vampires, and anybody will tell you I'm not a huge reader of horror or fantasy, but there's this series called the Night Watch. Well, it was originally a trilogy, and then I think it got bumped up to 5 or 6 books, and it's by a Russian author called Sergei Lukyanenko, and I really, really enjoyed them. I picked them up, and the films, if anyone's seen the 2 films, Night Watch and Day Watch, are pretty weird, but the books are excellent. It's hard really to explain what they're about. It's kind of like they take place in Europe, mostly in Russia, and it like starts off with good and evil have obviously been having this ongoing war for years, and there's this kind of big battle, and there's no real winner, and they come up with this truce and draw up this treaty and all this stuff where they have people with special abilities they call the others, and there are light others which are like good and dark others which are bad, and I put them in inverted commas because it's not so clear cut like that, but they agree to like live by these certain rules and regulations, and all these others have different abilities. Some of them are like magicians, some are witches, some are sorceresses, some are vampires, some are shapeshifters, all this kind of stuff. And they have this ability to view the world through what's called the twilight, which has got different levels, and they can like move between it. It sounds very complicated, but it's actually very clever and very well written.
Now I'm seeing this stuff like the Dresden Files, and I don't read most of this stuff. And I'm familiar with all that you said and other stuff. And I've never read that, but I'm familiar with all those themes. Like, it just seems that it's all part and parcel of every story that there's ever been, I think. I don't know. Because I don't know how I'm familiar with all this stuff. It's all familiar, even though I haven't read it.
What I like about it, though, is how they run these kind of agencies where they police the others in terms of like what they can do and can't do. So like, for example, the vampires are issued with licenses, certain number of victims they can have in a certain period, and during the nighttime the agency of the light others patrol Moscow or St. Petersburg, I can't remember where, and they kind of like arrest or detain dark others that are doing illegal things against the treaty, and then vice versa in the daytime. So like, if a light other saves somebody's life, then they can be arrested by the Dark Others for, not balancing out things properly. So, if a life gets saved, probably a vampire hunting license will be issued and that kind of stuff. Yeah, to keep some kind of balance. But it's very well done, and it's I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's really not my cup of tea at all, but it was. Let's see. What have we got here? No, I do plan to read The Terror at some point. Jenny, I only read the first of the one from the Night's Watch, but really enjoyed it. Yeah, they're all worth it, Jenny. It really evolves quite nicely, and actually, one of the books is set in Scotland, so I think it's book 4 or 5, and actually one of them set here in Prague as well, so it's pretty cool. Greg says Song of Kali is an excellent novel by Dan Simmons. Yeah,
I've got to read more of his.
Got 27 viewers. 26 now. Somebody did a runner. No, 25 now. A couple people have run away. So I don't blame them. It's already been 50 minutes. Let's see. They're all talking to themselves. Oh, Greg says you can skip the Dresden Files in his humble opinion.
I enjoyed the first one. It's fun. I think they're fun, and that's about it.
Now, I came across, you probably know this, but I came across a fairly prolific horror writer today, who I didn't know existed as a horror writer. 19th century. Wow. 19th century / Edwardian. Female.
I don't know. There's a few.
Children's author.
But not Nesbit, was it?
Yeah, Nesbit. Yeah. I mean, I know like the Railway Children, and is it The Four of Us and It, or whatever it is, and a couple of others. And I had no idea she churned out quite a bit of horror.
Yeah, there's ghost stories that she did too that are actually quite good.
Yeah, well, that's what they're saying. Like, her horror is pretty good, but unfortunately, it's been kind of forgotten. So I'm reading through some of those at the moment because, I'm always trying to make an effort to diversify my reading. Go for dead white women instead.
Well, Edgar's book club will be starting up next month, so
yeah, I do. It's interesting. I mean, the vampire story I read today, wasn't amazing, but it was okay. I mean, it was only 10 pages, and it was 1900, so not super early, but not super late, and had a little bit of a twist, I suppose, in it, which you don't normally see in vampire books. But I think it's worth the 20 minutes of your time to read it, Sean, or whatever it is.
Well, last year for the fantasy, I think it was for that one, February fantasy stories. I read one that was published. I can't remember the guy's name, Florence something, but it was published the same year as Dracula, and it's a vampire. It's a female vampire, but a different type of vampire, which was really kind of cool.
Not a Colin Robinson. Oh, you haven't seen that, have you, Sean? No, probably you haven't. No, if you don't have TV. There's a program called What We Do in the Shadows, and it's a comedy where it's like this documentary team's following around a group of vampires who live in New York, but they're all ancient. And one of the vampires, I forget what it is, maybe he's an emotional vampire. He like sucks your positive energy out from him, and it's funny. It's very well done.
Oh yeah, I like The Keep. I read that sometime in the 80s, and I think it was the reason why I read it was there was a film coming out of it, and I wanted to read the book first, so I got the book and read it. I was disappointed in the film, but I liked the book.
Hi, Lee. Good to see you.
Uh,
Hope you're well. Alan wants us to get back to American politics, but I don't think we were really ever on it, were we, Sean?
no,
No. Believe me, we've got our own
no,
nightmare in the UK and elsewhere.
yeah,
Trump's your problem, guys. Sorry.
yeah, it's not the center of the world because yeah, there's enough a-holes here to keep us busy.
Yeah, but I was annoyed because I did tune in hoping to watch him at least in court, but they didn't let the cameras in, so I did watch his speech though, and it was like,
Yeah, but you can guarantee if he ever got to prison, he'll live more luxurious than you and most people.
I was thinking about this today. He is never going to prison. Can you imagine? I mean, he's an ex-president and he's got a Secret Service detail. What are they going to do? Send the Secret Service men with him to prison? He's never going to prison. They wouldn't. The Secret Service or whatever they're called. I mean, this is what cracks me up in America. The Secret Service is like so visible. They even ride around with they ride around in cars that says Secret Service on them.
Yeah. Well, there's a simple thing that they should do with him is just the death penalty. Just get rid of him. But the problem is that it'll be a martyr. That's the problem.
Well, no, I mean, I suppose they could just, instead of the death penalty, just withdraw his Secret Service protection. See what happens. But you see, there's a great film, and it's not a great film. It's a silly film, but it's fun. Called My Fellow Americans. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It was I think it was maybe not. It might have been a straight to video or cable film. I don't know, but it had Jack Lemmon and I like him, Rockford Gardner. James Gardner. And they play James Garner, yeah. And they play two presidents that are back to back from different parties. And they end up getting caught up in this plot, and people try to kill them. And they end up like taking a road trip across America because they've got completely lost and all this stuff. But they say something in there, in all the history of all the ex-presidents, has anyone ever tried to kill any of them? And they like lamenting the fact that probably no. And what a sad fact it is that once you leave office, people don't care enough to try and kill you anymore, So it is a fun film. Let me know in the comments if you've seen it, My Fellow Americans.
It actually sounds familiar. I remember something like that, but the name does not ring a bell. But
it had Dan Aykroyd in it. He was in it, and that John Hurt, not John Hurt, the English actor, American one. I think it's John Hurd. Yeah, but yeah, it was good fun. So yeah. Aaron's thinking of starting a booktube channel with whatever the first choice of Edgar's book club being the first video. Aaron, you should. It's great fun. It really is.
Well, I think I've decided. Tell me what this thing. I think I've decided on the name. It's Edgar's Necro Book Club, and then because dead authors matter. Damn.
I think my problem with necro is it kind of just sounds like necrophilia, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, but you don't want to have dead twice.
You could do a Monty Python dead parrot thing there. It's a dead author, it's an ex-author, it's an author no more. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but necro means dead.
Edgar.
The
Edgar Who Nicked My Genitalia book club.
Well, I was going to call it the Edgar's Necrophiliac Book Club, but then that would get probably the wrong crowd.
What have we got? To ensure that I don't get flooded, I'll do my second video on the May pick for Roger's book club. I don't know what the May pick is. This month it's the New Arabian Nights, isn't it? Well, I'm out of hashish. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Mayo, I loved the film as a kid. Little factoid: James Garner's role was supposed to be played by what? Oh, okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. But James Garner did a fine job. It was. Oh, that's a good name. Postmortem Book Club.
That has been used. That's the thing. I think, yeah, there is.
Well, you're not going to get sued, are you?
Edgar. Well, I guess if I put Edgar's Postmortem Book Club.
Edgar's Postmortem Book Club.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually could work. Edgar's Dead Author Club. Yeah, I suppose so. But then I want to put, because dead authors matter. Damn.
Lee's trying to remember the name of the one she need to order. Help, guys. What is the other one from Grendel? No?
I'm trying to...
You mean order because you wanted Lee, you wanted to read with us, didn't you? You wanted to read what is it we're doing this month, Sean? The French one, the play Bergerac.
Yeah.
Cyrano de Bergerac. But I think the other one from Beowulf, I don't know. Grendel maybe is the only thing I can think of. But yeah. How about Dedgar's book club?
Now I'm not sure. Definitely not that. But I do like it. It's just long. Edgar's Postmortem Book Club.
It's not. You say it's long, and the one you said out before is like a paragraph.
No.
Edgar's Necrophiliacs Book Club or something.
Edgar's Necro Book Club.
No, because you had dead twice in it. You said you didn't want dead twice.
Yeah, so it's Edgar's Necro Book Club.
Uh-huh. There's Brandy popping in, pretending like she's actually working on a lunch break. Yeah, of course. Pining for the Fjords Book Club. Sounds like Dead Girls Book Club. Oh, that's not a good one.
Yeah, that's Edgar.
Yeah, maybe you just need to put it on the old community tab there, Sean, and get people to vote what they like. But I like the Postmortem Book Club.
Yeah, Edgar's. Yeah, because I know that there's people that have used that. But maybe not Edgar's Postmortem Book Club. Yeah. So that gives it the little twist to it.
Dead Authors Matter, Damn Book Club.
Yeah.
From Nicole.
Edgar's Damn Book Club.
Brandy in the House Book Club. I don't think that will work, Alan.
Edgar's Damn Book Club.
Title not available book club. Yeah.
No, actually, Edgar's Damn Book Club, because dead authors matter. That actually kind of works, doesn't it?
Not Book Club of the Damned.
No, Edgar's Damn Book Club.
Okay. Edgar's Damn Book Club.
Because dead authors matter.
Well, it's your book club. I got nothing to do with it other than just reading.
But now, because those are actually, well, I think there's sort of three that are pretty good, but mine I thought was pretty good. But the Edgar's Postmortem Book Club is good. Edgar's Damn Book Club is good as well. Yeah, those two are really good. Those are really good.
Oh. That's it. Grendel. Awesome. Edgar's Damn Dead Authors. Yeah, that's a good way to capture out, Alan. Yeah. Brandy, what's for lunch, eh? Salad? Oh, Aaron's got a good one.
Yeah. You're Roger McClellan.
Yeah, I don't know. What was the? I thought you were going to go with Cheap and Nasty Book Club.
No, that was just because that was you had said that, or no, who said that? Somebody said that Cheap and Nasty Book Club. They
I can never remember Roger's book club name, so I'm always like
somebody else
Roger's
did
Cheap,
that.
and then someone else said, "Oh yeah, you should follow Mark's mistake."
Yeah, but then somebody did say Cheap and Nasty Book Club, and I can't remember who that was.
Edgar's Damned Good Author reads. Oh, it spells Edgar. Yeah. You vote for Aaron's. Yeah, I like Aaron's. I like Mayo's as well. I don't know. It's nothing to do with me. You just need to put a poll on there. Alan would go for a Caesar or a Cobb salad. Are we still talking book clubs?
Edgar's Club Salad Book Club.
It's like choosing your band's name.
Yeah.
Well, the Grateful Dead was already taken, wasn't it? Didn't you have something with the Grateful Dead in it? No. I thought because you were joking about when we were talking before, you said, "Oh, it sounds too much like the Grateful Dead."
Well, no, I think it was
over the weekend.
Deadheads.
Well, have you decided on a first read though, even if you haven't got a name?
Yeah, well, not the exact book, but I think I've decided on what author, I think, for the first one.
And are you, well, at least if you haven't decided on the book, are you going to give our wonderful audience at least the author we could look forward to for the inaugural? I'm assuming it's starting in May.
Yes.
Okay. So a possible author, because you might change your mind. Maybe you could tell us.
Yeah, let's say possible author. Because it's somebody that I do want to read more of myself, Edgar Wallace.
Good one. And the wonderful thing is, of course, it's all in the public domain. And he wrote a ton. In fact, you could just call it Edgar's Edgar Wallace Book Club and just read Edgar Wallace books for the rest of Edgar's unnatural, undead life. There's that much out there.
Yeah, it's either that or I do a Sax Romer, but maybe that's a little too punchy for the first one.
Yeah, I don't know. A bit of Fu Manchu. If you wouldn't like get in trouble, it'd be funny. You could like announce it and stick a little mustache on Edgar as you announce it. Yeah, I think Lee's got a good one. I was thinking myself, it could be Not Another Bloody Book Club. Could be the name. Not This Again Book Club, yeah. I just looked it up and there are a zillion. I have no idea, Lee. I don't know who you got the Grendel thing from. Who's reading? Some people are reading, Beowulf on BookTube at the moment, aren't they? Is it Steve? No.
I don't know.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Because they were doing one a week. I don't know, Lee. I'm not involved, so you'll have to check on, I think, David Wiley's channel or Steve's channel, or I don't know who else is reading it. It might be that Micah Cummins. I'm not sure. So they might know, but I don't know who the author is. I just seem to remember they were talking about like a bonus read or something for week 5 being
something that Brandy had read or is going to read. I think Scott Danielson, but if they're still here, they'll be able to say who wrote it.
Yeah. Edgar's Knuckle Sandwich Book Club. See, where's the Spaminator when you need him? Where are we? Yeah, Edgar Wallace Book Club. Yeah, I think Edgar's Wallace Book Club. Yeah. There's so much he wrote. So just authors called Edgar.
Yeah, that's been suggested. But
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, yeah, there's a lot, but Alabama Ghetto. Oh, okay. I thought that was Alan's suggestion there. Wallace or Roma sounds good to me. Yes, definitely. Hi, James. Good to see you. Gareth. Hi, Gareth, by the way. David Wiley. Yes, he said he was. Grendel by John Gardner. There you go, Lee.
That's it. Yeah.
Grendel by John Gardner.
As soon as I'd hear it, I knew I'd remember it. Or I didn't remember it.
Brandy read something in early March and it was fabulous. Whatever it was, I don't know. Brandy, I must have lost it unless it was Grendel or Beowulf.
Well, she read Beowulf, I think, but did you? I don't know if she got around to reading the Grendel one.
No, yeah, it's Stephen Micah. Alan's giving some information here. He hates the two states most, Mississippi and Alabama. Well, that's a bit harsh, Alan. Oh, okay. They're doing a different translation every week. The Revival Book Club. Yeah, actually, that's what were the name of the what was the name used for the were they resurrectionists or what was the name of the grave robbers?
Resurrectionists, yeah.
Yeah, could have the Resurrectionists Book Club.
Edgar's Resurrectionist Book Club.
If people could say that, yeah.
Edgar's Burke and Hare Book Club.
Burke and Hare was the name of a strip club that was next to my house when I lived in Edinburgh. No, I didn't live in the strip club, but when I was at university. Yeah, you too, Greg. Have a good one. Yeah. Brandy didn't read Grendel, but she read Beowulf. What translation did you read, Brandy? Alan, what's your opinion of Massachusetts? I want to know Alan's opinion of Rhode Island. Sean, what's your opinion of the Yukon?
The Yukon?
Is that not a province in Canada? No.
Well, was it territory?
Territory, there you go. Yeah. What's your opinion of that? Have you got any provinces you hate in Canada?
Provinces I hate? Well, there's always Quebec, but that's always hated. the rest of Canada. But no, I don't know. I don't. There's no province I hate. I've only been to Ontario and Quebec. That's all I've been to.
Oh, okay. You've never been out west?
No. I've been to Oklahoma, but all points between, but I've never been any further than near the mouth of the St. Lawrence, but still in sort of on an island.
See, that's great, isn't it? My mum sends me a message saying, "Have you got a lesson or a live?" Now, this is the same mum that sat there for like an hour watching you and Carrie having a live the other day. And she could kind of check and just see if I had a channel or pop in. But no, sends me a message to ask me if I'm having a live. So, you know.
Well, we did.
How much did you hang out at the strip club? Me or Edgar? Taxes are almost as high as in Connecticut. Oh, you're in Connecticut, are you, James? It's like Vin. He's a Connecticut guy. Brandy read the Beowulf, whichever Beowulf comes in the Penguin edition. Deluxe or...
Yeah, I pulled out my Beowulf, but it's not a translation. It's Old English.
Mine's in both.
Edgar's monthly grave having. But yeah, the Resurrectionist. But yeah, I wonder if there was another a shorter name for them.
You know, though, actually, the Resurrectionist does work on like another level because you are kind of resurrecting these authors.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the thing. I do like that.
You know, sorry everybody, you just can't compete with the master when it comes to these things. The person who gave their channel name Book Time with Elvis because they couldn't think of anything else. But also, yes, because I'm always with you too, babies. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So Edgar's Resurrectionist Book Club.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful, though.
It is a mouthful. That's why you shouldn't steal people's private. Anyway, yeah, moving on. James, anyone start a time of gifts yet? Enjoying it so far? Yes, I did. But I've read it before. It's a lovely. It's so good. I'd forgotten how good it is, how well written it is, how descriptive, and it's just really good.
Yeah, it'll be next week. I think I'll be starting or doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's we've got the whole month. You know, Steve and I said just take it easy.
That's the way like the Edgar's book club is going to be. Just this will be the book for the month. Read it whenever you want it.
What you doing? What are you eating? Eating some fluff.
Collectionist, yeah.
In Old English, yeah, your childhood copy of Beowulf.
No, I was surprised actually because I didn't know they did it. Because like when Brandy was saying that she was reading it, I go, oh, I got one, and I was digging out the older penguins I had, and I was surprised that it's not translated. It's fine.
Just got an X on it. Oh, Tom, you started a time of gifts, have you? Super. Yeah, it is great. Yeah. Actually, I do have my Beowulf here, but it's the Alma one, of course. Surprise, surprise. Which I've had it for a long time, and I didn't know that it was Alma. But it's I don't know who the
Is it the old design?
Sorry?
Is it the old design?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's a nice design, though.
Oh, that's probably the newer design.
Oh, is it? Who's the translator? J.G. Nichols.
This is the one that Jenny got for me.
Oh, yeah. That's nice.
It's got French. Well, they had the French flap folded over.
But it looks quite big.
It is. It's 360 pages.
Must be some big introduction in there or something, though.
20 pages. It's not big print either. It is the right book. Yeah, it's a Time of Gifts, introduced by Jan Morris.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Some pages.
I don't know.
How many pages is yours?
Not that many. Somewhere here. Here it is. But mine's a much older version. I haven't got any introduction because I have only a blurb by Jan Morris on the front. Nothing short of a masterpiece, Jan Morris. But mine is 297 pages.
Yeah, and it's bigger format too, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. It's nice though.
It's bigger, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes sense.
Lee, I'm thinking you're talking at cross purposes here. I think Brandy's talking about the Penguin Beowulf, and you're looking for the Grendel by John Gardner, from what I understand. Alexis is still reading Mysteries for March Mystery Madness.
But not Mysteries of Paris.
No.
We were the only ones. I thought there were other people that wanted to read that.
People said they did, and they were going to try it. And I asked for their boxes if they wanted to be in a group and all this stuff. Nobody replied to me, so they probably just started it.
I'm the only one that's read it, and I've read it twice now in the newer translation and an old translation. I'll read it again because I love it. I think it's great. I think it's
you say it like it's a threat, and I'll read it again. God damn it, if I have to. It's good. Yeah, I haven't. It's just so big, and I feel like there's so much so much to read. But
it's not as. It's this one. That's the big one because that's twice the size, pretty well of that. This is actually twice the length of Mysteries of Paris. Because look there's no dialogue whatsoever in this.
You need a microscope to read it. I'm not surprised you went blind.
It's small print. It is small print.
James, I really like them. They have great covers. And they're nicely produced. I mean, they're strong. This version has the dual. I don't know if you can see it there. It has the text in Old English on one side and English, modern English on the other side. But they do very nice covers. I have one that Sean recommended to me. And I guess kind of kicked off my although I had the Beowulf one first, I didn't realize, but the one that Sean recommended that kind of got me into them more and more was the After Supper Ghost Stories by Jerome K. Jerome, which it's a different title.
Well, that's the older design.
Oh, for the Arabian Nights.
Yeah, well, it was the older design of Alma. That's what they used to be a white border around it.
It's the newer one.
Well, this was given to me, so I've got it. I'm sure I got it up there. I've got a 20-volume set of Robert Louis Stevenson.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I would have thought this might contain something like the Bottle Imp, but it doesn't. So, yeah, no, I really like them. I do think that is one of the best.
Oh, you are going to read this, aren't you? Because I went to all the trouble of digging this out.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but I've read it.
When?
I read it pretty much in one sitting on Sunday. But I wasn't going to say because I was saving it for my Friday reads. Right? So
I guess that means I got to read this tomorrow then.
You don't have to. It's the whole of April. We can talk about it. So
yeah, but you see, it's Enchanted April because April is my birthday month. So April is an enchanted month because of that.
Yeah, it starts pretty much the holiday on April 1st.
It's a really good book. I really like it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to reserve my thoughts for Friday. But anyway, let's get through some comments here. What have we got? So, yes, James, you have excellent taste. Jenny, the only version I have is the Tolkien one, and Steve says it's not that great. Well, yeah, you can make up your own mind, I think.
Well, there was one that starts out some more recent translation. I think it starts out with, "Hey,
what
bro,"
up, yeah,
or something like that. Like, really?
Gareth's got the Norton version. Alan's going to join you for the Dracula reading, it seems.
Yeah, I'm not sure when he'll be doing that.
Brandy's gone back after her lunch break, and then we have loads of people saying goodbye to Brandy. Comparing size now. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. If you read Clarissa in Braille, do you think you'd lose the feeling in your fingers, Sean?
Probably, and I figured if you listen to it, you'd probably go deaf.
James, I don't get any special deals, unfortunately. They will just, if you contact them by email, then they will send stuff to you. But if you're going to place a big order and you can say I sent you, they might give me a special deal in future. But no, I don't get anything special off them. Lee's Beowulf is Seamus Heaney, and you need the Grendel one. I think it's the Gardner one that honestly, Lee, I don't know. It's when we have nothing to do with Beowulf. It's Steve and Micah who are doing this one, and I wouldn't recommend. But the Gardner they mentioned, the Grendel was by Gardner that they mentioned, yeah. So there we have it.
You've already read this.
Yeah, I thought I told you. I said to you, I think after we spoke on Saturday, I said, okay, it's 1st of April. I'm starting it.
This is weird. What is this?
What?
Oh. Read on for the first chapter of Enchanted August, Brenda Bowen's reimagining of the Enchanted April.
All right.
And they've got it because she's done an introduction for this. Whoever she is, Elizabeth. Well, I think I know the name, Elizabeth Bowen. Or Brenda Bowen.
Yeah. Alan, I just want to say it's not just Seamus Heaney has that. My version has the Old English and the New English and the translation rather. So as well, and it's not Heaney's.
Yeah, I
read Heaney's ages ago, and it was nice, but
I've got a great big Anglo-Saxon poetry. It's I think Stanford University Press, and it's one guy who's translated everything. So like if they're going to read one a week, they could probably go for a year or two, or a couple of years probably.
Well, we've been on 90 minutes. I'm sure people are probably getting tired of us and have things they should do. Ready to call it a night, Sean?
I guess so. I got some more reading to do, or taking a nap, one or the other, or both.
Because why not just go to bed?
What?
Just go to bed. It's late enough, no?
No, it's too long because my bones don't take it laying down too long.
Yeah. Lee, I think, I don't know, is this one you mentioned to me in Voxer, maybe? The mystery series about the castrato in 1800s Venice. Mystery series. Because I know there's a nice...
Mark, you got to say it with a falsetto voice.
There's a good series about Ottoman detective series as well, featuring
yes, I've read one of those. I think I've got one of the
Janissary Tree maybe is the first one.
I got Janissary Tree. Yeah, that is good.
It's a good series.
Well, I should say it's good because I only read the one, so I'm assuming the others are good too. But also too, another series is the Oscar Wilde mysteries. Who basically Oscar Wilde is Sherlock Holmes. And Conan Doyle is in there. Bram Stoker is a character as well.
Cool. So, adios, James. Have a good one. Angie's off to read. Yes, Alan, you've mentioned it. And don't give any spoilers, please. It's not yet noon there. Jenny's off to the gym. Rather you than me. And Gareth is thankful having caught some of this. Have a good night. Yes, I'll echo his sentiments there. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you ever so much for joining us. We will be back on Friday, but this time on Mr. Standfast's Mr. Standfast's channel. So do take care, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Bye from us. I keep wanting to do like, and it's good night from me.
Me, and it's good night for him.
Bye, everyone.